Okay, everyone, we are in week 17. The last week, it has been quite an up and down 17 weeks, if I'm going to be completely honest. It's not gone, well, I say up and down, it's not been that bad. I've been ill for a week, hurt my back for 2 weeks. So it can feel like it's been not as good, well, not perfect. We'd all like to be perfect. It's been a pretty normal 17 weeks, to be honest, but I'm in the last week now. I trained yesterday, trained some chest, trained this morning. I'm going to train tomorrow. This is Tuesday. You're going to see this on Wednesday. So I would have trained already by the time you see me. So that'll be my final 3 sessions of the week done. And that's pretty much my 17 weeks over. Now, my body has demonstrated to me that it can lose 5 kilos by doing pretty basic, normal, everyday stuff. So I've been training, at the start I was training 5 days a week, then I reduced it to 4 days a week, and now I've eventually brought it down to 3 days a week. And I'm still doing the same amounts of cardio that I was doing. So I'm going for a walk 4 times a week. Diet has changed a little bit, dropped some carbs out. Obviously on my days off from the gym, I'm not really doing too much, so my carbs are quite low, but that's pretty standard. That's pretty much where I've always been. So there's not been really too much drastic change, and I've been able to drop 5 kilos. So this is quite a poignant part in anyone's process, because like I always try to explain to you, fat loss does not happen in one straight line. Not for me, definitely not for you, not for anyone. So we have to always be aware that when we are going through this process, and when we are going through this, especially when we're trying to decrease body fat, is understanding what our body's telling us. And the perfect example, I will use myself as an example, is I went from 105.7 kilos at the start, and now I'm down to 100. Now, it doesn't matter what I do, my body will not go below 100. So we've seen over the last few weeks, I dip below 100, and then my body comes back up past 100. And that is my body signaling to me that it's happy at 100. That is the middle ground. So I dipped down to 99, I went back up to 101, and now I've sort of settled in that 100 range. Now, like I always say to you, what gets you so far isn't what is going to get you all the way. And we have to remember that I took 3 years off, went to Bali, hadn't trained, was, for me, out of shape. And the whole objective of this 17 weeks was for me to be able to use the 17 weeks as a comparison of not being in that state of mind and shape that I was in this time last year. And I have confidently done that. I'm in a lot better shape. I feel a lot better. I don't look how I want, but I definitely feel better, and I definitely look better. And my mindset is definitely back in the game when it comes to training and nutrition. So that was my goal, and I've achieved that goal. But I still haven't achieved what I want for myself. And so the plan for me now, I'm going away on holiday. I'll be away for a week, so I won't be training or doing anything. So I'm going to have a week off, enjoy myself. And then probably closer towards the end of the holiday, I will come up with a game plan about what I'm going to do when I come back. Because the point of me using myself as an example is I've done what I've done. It's got me so far, but it's not going to get me where I want to go. So now I have to change my tactics, and that doesn't mean doing anything drastic. It just means what the next phase of this process will be, I now have to put together and go through. That's where we are at in terms of progress. Now, I managed to lose 5 kilos, which is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11, 12 pound in 17 weeks through basically just cleaning up my diet and training a little bit more. There wasn't anything really specific. I didn't really do anything too targeted or focused. I'm, going for walks in the sunshine. It was pretty straightforward. But this is the reason why so many people struggle with trying to drop weight. And it's because of what they've done in the past. Now, the reason why my body is struggling to get below 100 is because I used to do bodybuilding competitions. And they're very, very extreme. And I would keep my body in a state of extreme for 6-7 months of the year. And so what I have done over the last 6, 7, 8 years is teach my body that the only way it can burn body fat to the level that I want to burn it to is to do something really extreme. Now, I spoke about this before. I used to do 2 hours of cardio every day. Now, I can tell you categorically, I do not want to and will not ever do 2 hours of cardio a day again, ever. It's not happening. But my body is conditioned to do that in order to burn fat to that lower level. If I continue to go for my 4 walks a day, four walks a week, and eat how I'm eating and train how I'm training, my body won't change. I will sit at 100 kilos. There's nothing that my body's going to do to all of a sudden wake up one morning and go, oh, you've been doing the same thing for the last 6 months. Let's change. No, if anything, it will start to go backwards. But what I have done is I've reached a point of maintenance. So I am now at a maintenance weight, a maintenance level. My body is adapted to what I have been doing. And I spoke about this in one of the previous videos. I'll link it up here about the 3 phases of change. We have fat loss, we have maintenance, and we have muscle building. I am now sat in a maintenance level. I've dropped some body fat. I'm now at a maintenance level. If I want to continue dropping body fat, I have to dip below my maintenance. So that's going to mean a change in training, a change in cardio, or a change in nutrition. But I'm going away on holiday, so I'm not thinking about that yet. But the reason why my body's struggling to do it is because I have taught it how to be extreme. And this is where a lot of people get stuck. They go on these fad diets, they go on these quick diets, and all it does is teach your body every time you go on one to lose body weight quickly. And every time you go through that process, you've got to try twice as hard to do what it is you've got to do to get the same amount of weight off, because your body is adapted to what you're doing. And that's why a lot of people get stuck, because I could never stay in the same condition that I was in when I was on stage, because it was so unsustainable. Eating 1,000 calories a day, drinking no water, doing 2 hours of cardio, like that's just not going to be sustainable for the rest of your life. So what happens is you have to reverse diet, and you have to basically teach your body to forget what you've taught it. Now, I took 3 years off over COVID. So I was hoping that my body had forgotten how extreme I had taught it in terms of decreasing body fat. Turns out it probably hasn't. And that's mainly because I did it for a very long time. So that's just the way that my body's built now. There's nothing much that I can really do to change that. It's just how it is. I have changed the way my body metabolizes food and burns fat and builds muscle. You'll notice I haven't lost much of my size in terms of muscle mass, but my body's holding on to more fat than I want it to. So if I want to change that, I'm going to have to change what I'm currently doing. But having said that, I could quite happily sit where I'm at for the next 6 months and be quite happy. It's not tedious, it's not taxing, it's not difficult. My meals are very simple, training's very simple, cardio is very simple. I could quite happily sit here for the rest of my life and not have to worry about doing anything, which is where I'm trying to get all of you, getting you to a place where you like how you look, you like how you feel, you're in control of what you're doing, and you can enjoy your life. But so many of you have gone through this fad diet, extreme diet. You have taught your bodies to burn body fat in its most extreme form, which is why it takes longer to teach your body how to burn it properly, which is why we have to do what we have to do. And that's the principles and the protocols that we have to follow in order to retrain your brain and your body to get your body in shape and get it to a place where it's comfortable and can adapt in a healthier and safer way. Because at the end of the day, you want to be healthy. You want to be fit. Health and fitness. Not just the fitness. You want to be healthy, and you want your mind to be healthy. You don't want to be in shape and stressing. You want everything to be together, connected as one. We don't want to create a disconnect between how we think and how we look. And that's where most people are. So I'm in the last week now. The week, by the time you watch this, the week will be pretty much done. I will, like I said, go on holiday. I'll have fun. I'm not going to be thinking about anything. And then when I come back, it's going to be probably, I would have thought maybe another 17 weeks, probably up until Christmas. I'll then go into another phase and try and go into 2024 feeling how I want, looking how I want. And, making the smallest of adjustments possible. I'm not in a rush to do this. I've said that previously. There's no rush. And that's something else that a lot of you have got to understand. there's no rush. Like, slow is the fastest way. If you could keep doing the same thing every day, that's going to get you what you want a lot quicker than trying to rush the process. But yes, that is week 17. I will see you when I'm back from holiday, and I will catch up with you soon.